Hi, I'm Allie, and this is Wisdom for Living. 3 minutes of your week, wisdom for a lifetime. Before I start, I just want to put in a plug for our annual spring conference on Sunday, May 20th at 1 p.m. We're bringing in Slava Jungreis-Wolf. She's not to be missed. We brought her in last year. Anyone who saw her knows she's one of the most inspiring speakers in the Jewish world today. We're also honoring our wonderful friends Deborah Coven and Doris Lazarus. We really hope you can join us. Please let us know. What I want to speak about today is the ayin hara. That is the constricted eye, the jealous eye, the begrudging eye. A few weeks ago, David and I were talking with our old college friend. He's a struggling journalist, and he was telling us how he would check his Facebook page. And every day on the page, there'd be a post from his friend who would tell us about his antics and adventures as a journalist. Covering the story in Prague, running to Budapest, now I'm off to Romania to interview the Prime Minister, whatever it was. And our friend was saying that every time he would see these posts every day, he'd feel kind of nauseous and anxious and begrudging and jealous. Finally, he said, enough, I've got to stop looking. And he turned it off. He stopped looking. But this is a classic case of the ayin hara. The ayin hara is when something that a person says or does or speaks about or posts or looks like brings out in another person a feeling of constriction, a feeling of jealousy, a feeling of envy, a feeling of anxiety. And from a Jewish perspective, it's the Facebook poster's responsibility to not bring out that feeling in another person. You know who understood this? Madonna. She wore a red string around her arm to ward off the evil eye, to ward off the begrudging eye that was jealous of her. But that's nonsense. From a Jewish perspective, it's not about a red string. It's being about the kind of person who does not create jealousy or envy or longing or anxiety or constriction in another person. So, for example, we had somebody taking our photograph when we were building up our website for L'chaim Center. And they were saying to us, get really close, put your arm around each other, David, Allie, just look like you can't get enough of each other. Get really close and smile longingly at each other. And I said, no way. There's a lot of reasons I didn't want to do it. But one of the reasons I didn't want to do it is because that picture can create a feeling of constriction for another person. Let's say you're single and you can't find a partner, or you're struggling in your marriage, whatever it is. I don't want to be responsible for creating an image or speaking in a way that brings out a feeling of negativity and longing in another person. In the Torah, just very quickly, there's an incredible story about a biblical king named Balak who hires this sorcerer par excellence, Bilam, to curse the Jewish people. A series of events transpire, but the bottom line is, as Bilam stands over the cliff looking at the Jewish people, he's tongue-tied. He cannot curse the Jewish people. Why can't he curse them? Why can he only bless them? Because their tents were not aligned. Bilam said the famous words, Ma tovu ohalecha Yaakov. Your tents, Israel, are so beautiful. What was so beautiful about them? The openings to their tents were not facing each other. I couldn't see how she looked, and he couldn't see how she looked, and I couldn't see how well her kids behaved, and she couldn't see her furniture. Their tents were aligned in such a way that no one was jealous or constricted when facing the other. And we can learn a very, very powerful lesson about how to be in the world, being very careful about how we present ourselves, what we say, what we post, and how we act with the world around us.